my work, my business is called Rise Up with Heart, and it's become very centrally focused on spiritual empowerment. I do art, I do workshops, I do a lot of, I create art altar installations, all these things that really show the divinity of energy all around us, within us, all around us. And for me, the center is the empowerment. So I see all of this in the context of so many generations of colonization and white supremacy and all these terrible isms that have been internalized into us, right? Unwillingly, of course, and all the different positionalities and identities that we carry and the different life experiences. And I share this because it's, in order to dominate a people, the intention is really to, the strategy is to cut us off from spirituality, cut us off from earth-based wisdom, cut us off from our connection and our empowerment with our bodies, with energy, with spirit, with medicines of the earth, all these things. So for me, this opportunity to go deep within ourselves and tap into that true source power, that divine power of who we are, that's always within us and also always above, below, surrounding us. And I use my art as visual aids, so you can explore these different images, and I'll be referring to them as we do the guided dance as well. I talk a lot about the column of light with that we can tap into. I would say, especially for this workshop, a core element that I would love for everyone to get to play with is this column of light within you. Right, so I might offer a lot of different pieces because I'm so excited to share all these ideas with people. But yeah, this feeling of that we are connected to source from above and below, within us, from all the energy centers, we can focus on them. In our bodies, we will drop into the dance with a guided meditation to create sacred space around us. And yeah, we're gonna get our sorcery on and swirl powerful divine energy. So for each of you, you can tune into a word. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I like to offer, some people relate to like wizard or magician or witch or sorceress or whatever you feel your most divine, empowered self. I want to invite you to go there and to feel that and embody that, because it's true. It's true. As we have an example right here, a divine, embodied, radiant priestess, goddess, however you like to refer. So, yeah. So, the basic combination of what I'm doing, and I'll share really fast, kind of how I got here, is I've been dancing on this floor for about 10 years and other places as well. And I started learning energy work, and I'm also a very visual person. So, and been following a lot of spiritual paths and traditions and practices for many years, and deep dive personal healing journey as well that has been a very spiritual evolution for me. So basically combining energy work practices where the very basics is that you open that connection to source, put that antenna up, drop the roots down, and open to that flow of divine infinite source energy. So combining that with the embodiment and the movement of the dance, the rhythm, the vibration of the music, visualizations. So using these kind of images in my mind, in my thoughts, with my intention to focus those intentions is really a lot. That's kind of the combination of what I'm doing. So there's so many tools and practices that I've learned just through experimentation and being guided when I'm in a deep dance trance. Something comes up or I notice something, and it's like, oh, if I relax and open, oh, that's what they mean by being a hollow bone. get out of the way and just open and allow the energy to flow through you. So for a lot of people, and unless you've been dancing freely and not caring what you look like for a lot of years, most people tend to be in our heads a lot, including me, and also have a hard time just completely relaxing and tuning into that energy, tuning into the way you feel it flow in your body. So that's part of the invitation with the movement part is relaxing. You don't want to try too hard or think too hard. And I have that challenge myself. I'm like, let me have a really powerful, prayerful, meaningful dance. And it's like, it's not going to work that way. Those are some invitations. And the column of light, the activated hands, the connection, a lot of that, I'm going to just guide it. And since this is a very short workshop, I'm going to guide it as we dance and as we move and in the guided meditation. But I just wanted to lay a little foundation that these practices kind of come from energy work, from my experiences on the dance floor, from, the power of meditation. What am I trying to say? Yeah, visualization, meditation. And one piece of really important context is I understand all these concepts to be very ancient wisdom that peoples all over the world have known forever. This is, again, like that returning to the truth of what it means to be a divine human, the practices of using rhythm to drop into trance, the practices of dance being prayer, song, sound, vibration, and the truth that we're all energy workers, because we're all made of energy and we're all moving energy all the time with our thoughts, with our mind, with the body, with our emotions. So it's like, okay, if we're doing that, let's learn about it. Let's learn how to use it. Let's learn how to wield that energy for what we want, for healing, for transformation, and for changing the world. I'm a revolutionary prison abolitionist. Like, we need to change stuff. And I'm doing a lot of that in energetic realms. So for whatever you're passionate about, the end of the music, well, whatever music we get to, I'll be inviting people to both do healing for yourself and also to emanate those prayers out, those intentions out for what you want to see, the collective vision for the world, but also you can focus on what you're particularly passionate about and use visualization and intention and magic and your body to call it in, to dance it in. So we are going to start the dance, the movement. And so people can spread out. Volunteer, Peter? Can you go press play on that playlist? We can move the cushions to the side. I'm going to start with some guided meditation to drop us into this space, the grounded, expansive source energy space. So you could actually, if you want to stay sitting on a cushion to go to that place, you can, or you can lay down, or you can stand, and then we'll bring it into more movement. All right. Starting with the breath and bringing our awareness into the physical body. We can start with this idea of a column of light within us, feeling that energy going downwards, connecting to the roots, imagining that energy going through our bodies down into the earth, like an anchor dropping deep, deep, deep down. And we can breathe that energy up and breathe it back down, feeling that energetic connection. Perhaps this is a new idea. Perhaps you do this every day. Just taking this moment to explore a kind of visualization that feels resonant for you, whether it's roots or an anchor. Sometimes I imagine blasts of fire and lava flowing out through my feet, connecting with the center of the earth. Just notice what visualizations work for you, because that can be a tool to bring into your meditation, into your dance, whatever it may be. And then similarly, bringing our awareness up the body, up the spine, and then imagining the crown of our head opening and an antenna or a beam of light goes out the top of our head up into the infinite source energy. However you imagine that, I often see this like world of golden light, perhaps a sun-like ball of energy. Feel that tapping into source, similar to some of my paintings where there's a beam of light from the top of the head up into that swirling galaxy above. And inviting that energy down into your body, inviting that divine infinite energy from above down into your body to become this flowing channel that moves through you. Visualizing that energy moving up and down, and if you want to bring some movement in, you can use your hands, even in very small ways, to just cycle that energy upwards, downwards, upwards, downwards. I usually go up the back and down the front. Many traditions talk about the energy flows that way in general. From this place of feeling that connection upwards and downwards through every energy center of our body in that alignment, I want to invite us to give gratitude to this beautiful earth and to the peoples of these lands, to the indigenous peoples and to the indigenous wisdom and ways of this earth. This beautiful earth that holds us, offering gratitude and reverence. And perhaps some elements of your dance today, both in this workshop and in the whole dance set we have after this workshop, can be in that loving, honoring, healing, and prayerful connection with the earth. From here, I invite you to visualize a sphere of protection around you, a sphere of light, and you get to create that space how you want it to be, how you visualize perhaps guides and ancestors, perhaps animal spirits surrounding you in the supportive, loving, healing energy. And this is something you can call in anytime before your dance, for a meditation, before something that perhaps you're feeling nervous about and you want some extra support, something in your life, calling in those guides. And often when I dance and I'm swirling this energy, I might use spirals and use movements to create this sphere around myself, similar to this painting over here, that sphere of protection. So here we are, we have created sacred space, and I invite people to feel the music and let the music bring some movement. I chose this song to really help us ground into the rhythm, down into the earth. With each movement on the earth, you can feel that energy going down through your legs and up through the body. Again, cycling that energy, getting that flow to move, something that one element of the many elements of this current society that is making us sick is that we sit so much. And our energy gets stagnant, our energy gets blocked, we get stressed and tight. So you can think about the goal being to get energy flowing and moving, and then as it flows and moves more, we cultivate that power and can then emanate it out into the world. Yes. Would you mind turning the volume up a tiny bit, or someone? So the theme for the dance tonight, the dance that follows this workshop, has to do with tuning into our inner landscapes of subtle energies. So the song I chose to really help us go inward. You can close your eyes if you aren't already. And I imagine all the space within my body to be flowing like a river. And imagination is really powerful. I truly believe that we can change our world in so many ways through the power of imagination. In fact, talked about that with my therapist this morning. So this is a time you can get your inner sorcerer on. I mentioned the activated hands. So I often, when I'm dancing, I'm imagining energy flowing into my body, through my crown, up through the earth, and out my arms, through my hands. The practice of hands-on healing is something that peoples all over the world have been doing forever. And I truly believe in the power of it. So you can stimulate the surface of your hands. I sometimes literally scratch the surface of my hands to get that tingly sensation. Can really help you visualize that energy coming through and out. And perhaps playing with spirals is a nice way to start. Just whatever way feels natural, feels awesome. You can imagine streams of light flowing out your hands, out your fingertips, out your palms. And with those streams of energy flowing out of your palms, you can do whatever you want with that, right? Perhaps you're feeling a lot of heartache. You can swirl that energy into your heart and with a loving, soothing energy of self-compassion. Perhaps you're feeling like a badass warrior and you're showing up to some challenges in your life and you're like, yeah, I'm rocking it. I'm gonna feel that empowerment. You can be like in Fantasia when Mickey Mouse is like, and just making the oceans and the fireworks and, feel that power, right? It might not be visible in this physical realm, but here we go. The beat's gonna drop. Activate. Yeah, I meant to give a little more heads up on that beat drop, but when you hear the music beginning to move towards like a climactic moment, I invite you to play with the energy. Perhaps you do some shaking and feel the energy rise. And then when the beat's about to drop, I sometimes just let go and let the music move me and see what happens. That can be a really powerful moment. You know, these musicians know what they're doing. Okay, we're gonna build up again to another moment. So focus on a prayer, focus on an intention, and you perhaps want to feel that energy rise down from your feet upwards. Here we go. These practices from the standpoint of the individual, but collective energy and face-to-face kind of energy can be so powerful in amplifying the energy, amplifying the prayers. Yeah. Of the roots and the branches, expanding powerfully into your wholeness. Who are you really? Feeling that energy swirling out of your hands, out of your feet. Emanating from your heart, emanating from your lower belly, right? Using the power of spirals to activate and amplify the energy. Take your final moments. Perhaps emanate out a prayer to the world with this energy that you've cultivated. Holding that vision for what you want to see in the world. And important note is you want to hold those visions both for your own healing and for the world. You want to hold a vision of what you want, right? Not what we don't want. Not the violence, not the suffering. We don't want to focus more on the issues, right? We want to focus those visualization and those prayers on the solutions, on the future of what we're calling in. The solutions, the love-centered, respect, honoring the sacred of all things. Seeing yourself as the sacred vessel flowing with energy. All the way up and down through the body. If you haven't explored this feeling of cycling energy through the body with the rhythm, I recommend it. Using the rhythm to feel that energy moving through. That's a really powerful way to go deep into a trance state. Of your head, filling you with light. That is always a way I recommend closing any kind of sacred energy work that we might be doing, is to replenish ourselves. If we're doing a lot of releasing and shaking things off, giving things to the earth, you want to return to that filling yourself up, filling your cup with that vibrant frequency of your highest self, that truth of who you are. Offering a moment of gratitude for your dance, for whatever came up for you. And the very exciting news, these tools of tapping into source energy, of activating your hands, emanating that energy outward, using your own body to heal yourself, right? How many people have some element of healing, whether it's emotional, mental, spiritual, physical? Raise your hand if you're working on healing in some way. Awesome, yeah. And raise your hand if you have a passionate care for some terrible things that are happening in the world all around us. Yeah, and how easy it is to feel helpless, that we can't offer something or support. I mean, obviously we should do physical actions, heart-centered actions to create change in the world, but I obviously do believe in the power of energy and the power of prayer, the power of intention. I have a lot of cool resources about that. If people are interested, I have some YouTube videos I would recommend, of not my work, of other people's work, that show amazing proof of this kind of power of prayer, power of collective prayer, and power of our own, imagination and visualization can go very far. I would love to invite people into a circle just to reflect and share about how that was for us. Yeah. And maybe we don't need to film that part. Did we do good? Should I say anything else? Rise Up with Heart, H-A-R-T. I'm on all the things. I'm on Instagram. The best way to follow my work and be in the loop of what I'm doing and my offerings is to join my email list, because y'all know we can't trust these social media platforms. Your site can get hacked. They can censor all your stuff. So it's kind of like the thing to do right now is to take more control and ownership over our community, over our friendships. So I'm trying to, bring my work into leaning more on email and less on Instagram. But Instagram is a great way to find me. I'm on Facebook too. Yeah, and this is my art. These are my tapestries. I ironed them today for you guys so they would shine extra pretty, and I invite people to go close to these and connect with the visual imagery. A lot of people say that these images relate to how they feel energy, and I think there's some core truths that we all experience, right? Obviously, all of our experiences are unique, but all these images offer different ways of connecting with divine energy within us, with the earth, with spirit, and ways that we can offer and move energy intentionally. So these are available. I also have stickers and magnets and greeting cards and prints, and I'll get those things out at the end of the dance, so if people hang out after that. But find me, and I brought business cards that are actually have different images of this art on them. So see me after if you want one of those. Thank you. Thank you. Yay.
Love you.